Ladies and gentlemen, to the graduation ceremony of Higher Ground Academy's class of 2019. I am your Masters of Ceremony, Catherine Isley. We are here today to honor the graduates' accomplishments and to celebrate their entering the larger world. These seniors have been busy with their classes, programs, jobs, student council, after-school clubs, internships. And now for our official welcome to this rite of passage from our Executive Director, Dr. Samuel Yigza.
Good evening. Our keynote speaker, the graduates, parents, invited guests, and our staff. Welcome to this year's graduation. 30 students would graduate today. The ceremony has already started, as you noticed. Please continue to sit back, relax, and enjoy. I have a request to make. Please turn your cell phones off and remain silent for the duration of this event. Thank you.
We are now going to watch a slideshow prepared and presented by the senior class. fun and lots of good memories. There were so many outstanding students this year, and this year's valedictorian is definitely exceptional. Our valedictorian this year is Sarah Shire.
It is a great honor and pleasure to be standing in front of all of you here this evening. I remember a time barely 4 years ago when putting the word speech and my name in a sentence together would have terrified me, but here I am today. I believe I speak for all of the graduates when I say that this day could not have come any sooner. Waking up early in the morning every day for 12 years has finally truly paid off. But this achievement was only possible thanks to the wonderful people supporting us every step of the way. A round of applause to our Hoyas, our Abbas, our brothers, and our sisters who made sure we came to school every day, who went through so much and gave up so much to get us where we are now. The sacrifices you made on our behalf can never be fully measured. A round of applause to Ms. Isley, Mr. Abdirzak, Ms. Rockwell, Mr. Mahmoud, and all of the rest of our teachers and higher ground staff who saw our potential and pushed us to our very limits to get us there. Despite all the grief we gave you, you still believed in us, and for that alone, we can never repay you. A round of applause to our friends and fellow classmates for making the journey a bit sweeter. Hivach, the things you did for us through student council and by just being a friend, we will never forget. As I look back on the past 4 years, I am left with nothing but fond memories. The fun days like the Una games we could never finish because the cars mysteriously disappeared. Iman and Faisal. The stressful days like mastering physics, finding Miss Isley on panic day, and the dreadful 11:59 deadlines. The proud days like when Marian and Abdulaziz were the first to get their license. The quick trips to holiday, the cringy biology jokes, and the days we hung out at Dunning's, and so many more moments that we will forever cherish. Higher ground has taught us so much over the years that we will carry on with us for many decades to come. We learned how to turn tribulation into opportunity, learned that patience, hard work, and dedication precedes success, learned that if we want to change, we had to seek it out ourselves. We learned the value of support because at higher ground, there's always people at every corner at any time of the day ready to help you and support you in reaching your goals and aspirations. As this chapter of our lives comes to an end, a new one opens up, one full of opportunities and success. It won't be easy, but in the words of the great Malcolm X, there is no better than adversity. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed, its own lesson on how to improve your performance next time. Life was never meant to be easy, but that is never a reason to give up. There are two sides to every coin, so take that hardship and flip it, turn it into an opportunity to better yourself. So to the future doctors, the future lawyers, the future engineers, and the future entrepreneurs, you will come across obstacles and you will face many challenges, but I and everyone else sitting here tonight are very confident you will push through and come out the other end more accomplished and an even greater person. Winter has finally ended, but a long joyous journey still awaits us all. So shout out to the futures of all the graduating seniors of 2019, because tonight we leave this room as official high school graduates.
Great job, Sarah. Thank you. Dr. Yigzam will now introduce our guest speaker.
Our keynote speaker tonight is Mr. Muhammad Abdillah. Mr. Abdillah is a Somali American, and as such, he is a very accomplished person. His qualification includes a BA degree from Metropolitan State University and a master's degree in public health from Creighton University. In addition, he holds a certification from National and Minnesota State Pharmacy Tech Board. His professional experience includes holding various high-level professional jobs with health partners, where he served since June 2009. Mr. Abdillah is vice chair of our board, the school board, and more importantly, he's a husband and a loving father of 3 boys. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Abdillah.
Higher Ground Academy, good evening. Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah. Dr. Yigza, the families that are gathered here today, our teachers, students, and more importantly, the graduates. Congratulations to all of you. This has been a journey of 12 years. I think the valedictorian seconding her will be a great talk. Good job. But this journey you've been for the last 12 years, from kindergarten through elementary school, through middle school, the tough years. I have 4 boys. Dr. Yigza has forgotten 1. But I know how tough it can be. And also, finally, high school. That is quite a lot of hard work, right? And guess what? You survived. Congratulations to all of you, and please give yourselves a big round of applause. This moment is a great significance to the graduates and their families. It's a major step towards the journey of life you enter into adulthood. And getting here to this day did not happen by accident. You all worked very hard every day for those 12 years. You should be very proud of yourselves. A high school diploma, or receiving a high school diploma, today will open for you many doors of opportunities. And most of your parents, including myself, have been through that process. And we can reflect to it, how difficult it was. Albeit, it was a different world. When I went to high school and middle school, I do remember I used to study with a pressure lamp. Very few might know that. There was not electric like this. It's something you put a kerosene or gas, and you light it up. And then we will come together, a group of students who are about to graduate, and then every night somebody has to buy the kerosene. You folks do not have that challenge. You have been brought up by first-generation immigrants who migrated to this country. And you reaped the advantages and the leisure of being under such environment to study. So we expect more from you guys as you graduate and go forth into the world. The getting of the diploma today, this high school diploma, it's a launching point for you guys that propels you to higher places in life. Going to college, getting those fine degrees, hopefully a lot better than what we got. Today I hear the Google and the Amazons and the high-tech environment where you kill it, right? You make a big salary. We didn't have that. But you have a moment where you get into the world with your diploma, get to a fine school of your choice, work hard, and get a fine degree after 4 years. And then the world is yours, young folks. Be proud of what you have achieved so far. I know I have one that's going to be a senior next year. And waking them up every morning and getting them ready for school. And then what do you do when you come back? We don't let you stay. We take you to Abu Bakr Siddiq or another Duxi, right? And then you do that through 10 p.m. and you work hard. You are one of the most resilient, hardworking young generation I've ever seen, because you're very versatile and you deal with a lot of different issues despite growing up in a hardship where we came from. The kind of society where you live, there's a lot of challenges. Social media, all these conflicts of balancing your cultural background with the American way of life. So I can understand and I can attest, and I'm sure your parents can do what you're going through and what you've been going through. But that should build you stronger. They say Ford built strong, right? Should be stronger than those Ford trucks. You have nourished that cultural background that you came, and the values from your society back home that your parents passed to you, and you get the best of the American culture you migrated to. Then you become a very strong individual that's well balanced, that can handle anything that comes on your way. Are you ready for that? Awesome. But graduating with a diploma in itself is not the end goal. Is it? No, there's a bigger goal. Graduating is a part of a larger journey, a journey full of achievements, adventures, excitements, and yes, sometimes disappointments. But when those disappointments hit, do not give up. Hold your head up. As I said already, you're accomplished enough, you've come through this far, then with the help of your parents, your teachers, and all the other beloved people in your life, you have nothing to worry. 4 more years is nothing, right? Unless you want to go 12 years and get that PhD and the doctorate, which is all fine. But focus on the next 4 years to get into college. And don't dilly-dally in college. I've been through that. Some of the challenges I faced going to college. It took me 7 years to get my undergrad because I started my first classes of college credit when my first son was born. I worked through it as a parent. 7 years, I got my undergrad. It took me another 4 years to get my master's degree. I have never worked 1 day part-time. I all worked full-time through all those, what is 7 plus 4? 11 years. Your math is good, mashallah. So you guys don't have that burden. Go forth into the world, work on those 4 years of college, get out, 25, 26 latest, and you'll be driving those fancy cars, whatever you call them nowadays. I still drive an old one from several years ago. My advice to you, and the theme of my talk, and I'll try to be short, by the way. I know iftar is near, and those fresh and yummy dates and sambusas are waiting us, right? So we're going to be very quick. My advice to you is to be consistently persistent in your endeavors. What are the words? Consistently persistent. I know your grammar is good. You went through high school. So whatever you do, whatever goal you set for yourself, do not fear. I think that was one of the quotations from one of the graduates. Do not fear of anything. The only fear that can stop you is the fear itself, right? Or something to that aspect. So go forth into the world with all the tools and knowledge you have gained and all the support you have. Your journey towards achieving your end goal can only be determined by you. At the end of the day, everybody else is a support. As they say, and my son Luqman has said this so many times, poor kid, you can take a horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink. Your parents have brought you all the way here, your teachers, your counselors, your principals, everybody in the community that's brought you where you are. Your larger families, uncles, aunts, grandma, grandparents. They get you here so that you can propel yourself and have a goal. Without a goal in life, you're not going to reach somewhere. So each and every one of you should tell yourself today, 5 years from now, where am I going to be? And by the grace of God, you will be somewhere good if you have a goal and if you work towards it. Again, this road or this journey, roadblocks and challenges and potholes. But do not cower. Do not cower. You are in a good place to achieve the best you've been. I think the best generation of our community so far, after 20 years of these East African immigrants have been in this state, this is the finest generation. I would say the most civilized generation. The generation of, what do you even call it? The technology, whatever you call it nowadays. The iPhone and this, too many gadgets I can't name. Everything is at fingertips. I never used to have a library. We used to trek to find a newspaper to read. But today everything is digital, right? So you have a good moment to go into the world and excel. And please do. Be persistent. You can achieve amazing results if you are disciplined enough and if you are dedicated to whatever goal you set for yourself. Be ambitious, but yet humble. Just being ambitious does not take you there. You have to be humble through those struggles and challenges. Be grateful for those who have helped you and supported you through your journey, and those who will be helping you as you go into college, your professors, the student counselors, and everybody else will be in your life. People like your parents and your peers and teachers, rely on them. The folks from Higher Ground Academy, from the director and everybody else who has carried you through, Look back onto them for advice, because they have been part of your life for the last 12 years, right? If you started here from K. So do not shy if you go into college to come back and say, Dr. Yugza, Mr. Abir, and all, Mr. Mahmoud, all the fine teachers we have, I'm facing a situation that I can't handle in college. Talk to your parents. After all, they're your best teachers, right? You are among a unique group of young people who can make our community, state, and country a better place today. You all read the news. We're so divided country, you know, immigrants and all that. But you stand a place where you can make a difference. As children of, as I said earlier, you're children of first immigrant parents. And also some of you might be first generation immigrants as well. You carry the awesome burden of continuing the journey of many immigrants before us. We were not the first people to immigrate to this country, not the Somalis, not the Oromos, not anybody else from East Africa. Several people have been coming to this country since time immemorial. It was founded, right? So therefore, you have that burden to carry that responsibility that has been carried the ones before us, to become good and productive citizen of the society. That's what you need to be for your community and for your country. I will therefore charge you, are you all looking at me? I will therefore charge you today to cherish your beautiful and diverse cultural backgrounds while at the same time harnessing the many blessings that our nation offers in order to build a moral bridge that connects us as a society. People like us who are immigrants, people love our sambuzas. I know the folks from African store, they go everywhere, right? And the food is every TV news I see, there's a sambuza, every event. So use that cultural background, not only the food, but talk about who you are, what you bring to the table. Do not shy from conversations. Be open-minded. Engage people. I know as parents, mostly we tell our children, you know, we come from a cultural background where the children don't speak. Allow yourself to speak. Because you go to a college where there's a heated debate. It happened to me. And typically when I look down. That's not going to serve you right. People think you are not that smart. But you know you're that smart. Engage people, debate with folks, propel yourself to that ambition that you can achieve. Avoid the many youthful temptations that can derail your life. As you go into the world, there are a lot of youthful temptations that can derail your life. Let's say the most insignificant of them, social media. I know a lot of students who waste their time in social media until 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Well, if you have a biology test in the morning in college or a chemistry test or something that's challenging first thing in the morning, how are you going to ace that? If you've been awake all night on Facebook or some other digital electronic item. So discipline yourself, schedule yourself accordingly. Be consistent and persistent toward your dreams again. As you break away from the pack that you carried through, this pack right here, sometimes the journey will feel lonely, but you're not alone. You have everybody else, the support system that brought you through. Lean on them to get to where you want to be. Keep consulting with your parents again and those who have been on your side. Be disciplined with money. I'm going to repeat this again. As you go from now on, mom and dad will not be very generous with your pockets. Either your parents will be paying every last dime to find you through education, or you'll be getting financial aid. You know what financial aid is? Do you know? Believe me, it's not an aid pocket money. Be careful with it. You need to use the financial aid that you'll be getting a year from now or maybe 2 years from now whenever you start college. It's for the college. Use it. The end point is to get your 4-year degree with the least amount of debt. A lot of professionals can tell you, your parents, your teachers. Some of us will say, I wish I never took that loan. I wish I never took that. Because you will be paying for the rest of your life, especially if you go trips and vacations and buy the finest car with that financial aid check. Use it for your education. In that way, when you go out after 4 years, you have the least amount of debt, so you can start living life and getting ready to be a productive adult. Stay on top of your school as you go to college. Stay on top of your credits and your classes. I've been there. You know, I've been in situations because of either the schedule of my family or work where I have to drop classes. But it's going to bite you and you know where. So if you register for classes, be consistent. Plan ahead. If you want to take a class, make sure you finish it and make sure you get a good grade. Because if you get an F, or if you withdraw the class, you already paid for it, so you wasted $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 that you'll never get back. But that's a debt that you carry throughout your life. So be careful with college classes as you register for classes going forward. Finally, enjoy life. Life is beautiful, exciting. You're a young generation, as I said earlier, the finest that has come through in our community. Be ambitious, be strong, and enjoy life, but also be careful through that. Stay disciplined through it, consistent and persistent. And I'll depart with you again. Congratulations, you have done great work to come to here, and keep up the good work. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. Now let's make this graduation official where we confer diplomas. Please keep applause brief between graduates so all names can be heard, and please give gifts after the ceremony in the atrium.
First one, Iman Abdi. Errol Abdusalam. Abdurrahman Abdullahi. Salma Abdullahi. Salma Abdullahi. Suad Adit. Mariama Ahmed. Hadiya Amar. Mary Dalmar. Liban Elmi. Abdul Basid Hassan. Ayan Hassan. Sabir Hussain. Mariama Ibrahim. Okay. What's your name? What's your last name? Okay. Laila Dirk. Hibak Jama. Athar Maktal. Abdullahi Mohammed. Okay. Mary Dallum. Okay, the names are all mixed up. Ikram Mohammed. Mohammed. Salma Mohammed. Mohammed Musa. Ikhlas Nasser. Abdulaziz Asmal. Faisal Saeed. Munira Said, Samira Saad, Sarah Salah, Sherry Sarah, Saman Yusuf.
All right, with the graduates, please face the crowd and move your tassel to the right. Move it to the right. Okay. Oh. Quiet, quiet, please. Quiet, please. On the count of 3, we are going to move the tassel from right to 3. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Higher ground class of 2019. All right. Thank you. If you want to.